Now it comes time for a new assembly. So what I did here is we just, well, let's not save that. Got a new sheet opened up. I gotta save it. I'm gonna call it Puzzle Assembly. Notice how it's still in the puzzle block. Hit save. When I click over here on my 9 square panel, you can see all of my blocks. You can also see my couple assemblies here, but there's all my blocks and there's my assemblies. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in my first piece. This piece is kind of on the ground. It's the basic piece for the whole puzzle. Just click on it, drag, drop it in. When I get my first piece in, I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to right click on this piece and I'm going to hit ground. What ground means is this piece will sit in this spot. Then I'm going to bring in my second piece. So I have my first piece sitting there. And I'm going to set up my puzzle on my actual desk the same way that that piece came in. So I can kind of remember and see how to put this whole thing back together. So my next piece I'm going to put in is this long squiggly one right here. Just drag and drop it in. Hold down Shift, I can orbit, and I can see that this piece didn't come in exactly like I wanted. That's fine, I got all these things here. The first thing I'm going to do is drag it off a little bit. Okay, now I got to figure out how this thing sits in here. And this little block sits right next to this one. So I'm going to stand it up this way. Make sure it says 90 degrees exactly. Then I'm going to rotate it around. I'm going to keep it on 90s or 180s. And I'm going to rotate it one more time. This way. And this is how this piece kind of sits on here. Now I can't get it exactly on there right now, but we're going to use a join. So I'm going to hit OK because I'm done kind of moving it. And I'm going to go Assemble. And I want to go Join, or it's right here. I'm going to go on the center of this block right here. And I'm going to get it to join to the center of this block right here. You can see it move into position and hit OK. Now that joint happens right there. And it's highlighting it down here. If I don't like that joint, if it didn't work, I can delete it and I can move it around. I liked it, so I'm going to keep it there. So the next piece that I'm going to put on here. So again, I'm doing this on my tabletop or on my desktop here. I'm actually going to put on this piece. That one came out in the middle. Hold down Shift to do a little bit of rotating. And this one sits right here and in. I'm going to do a little bit of rotating. Remember to always hit 90. Sometimes it doesn't look right, but it is. Hit 90 there. I'm going to hit Join again. And if it says some components have been moved, hit Capture Position. I'm fine with components being moved. Click on that piece. Click on this piece. Clunk. Locks that together. So we're under our next piece, so I'm going to move it on my counter here. I got to put those 3 pieces together that I got going on. Got to figure out my next piece. All right, I know which one I got to get now. It's this one right here. Again, it came up into the middle. This one's got to move quite a bit. Shift that to 90. Again, that one doesn't look like it was 90 when it was 90. Grab this circle right here. I'm happy with that. That's pretty darn close. Now this face right here, so if I go to join and I look here, it's not going to grab the right faces for me on that. So I got to find the faces that kind of match. Right there's one that matches. So this face to that face. Okay. Now I can drag my last piece in. I'm going to find the right rotate. Joint. Again, this one, if I hit continue, it's going to flip that move. So I'm going to have to capture. It doesn't like that one. Look at that. It doesn't go there. So I'm going to have to go to this face. And I always want to do the one that I want to move first and where I want it to move to. Okay. And there is my puzzle block all done and completed. I now have all my pieces in there, all my parts are in there, and it looks just like the puzzle block that's sitting on my desk here. And it looks good. I'm happy with it. So I'm going to hit save. And then we can move on to the next step, which is exploding this, or doing an exploded view, it's called. See you in a few minutes.